guys, welcome to this month's card club. Don't you just love those cards? They're perfect for Valentine's coming up around the corner here. So if you're new to my card club, what it is, you just need to make a $35 purchase in my shop, pre-tax, pre-shipping. You need to reside in the US. You will need to leave your contact information so I can mail you out your goodies. And you also need to use the current month's host code, which is listed here in the video. If you qualify for all of these items, then I will mail you the materials to make 2 cards and a bonus item. It may be another card, it may be a 3D item. So in this video, I will show you the 2 cards we would make, and then when you qualify for the card club, you will get a video link to the 3rd item. So when you receive your packet in the mail, it'll come with all of the materials needed to make the projects. The only things you will not get are any stamped images or the adhesive. I'll provide you with any of the die cutouts, the ribbons, anything that you need. And you also will get included with your kit is a PDF file, and here will be a list of all the materials used and a link to both the videos that you will need. We're going to get started here. The first card we're going to do is the Fresh Fig cardstock, so we'll just set the other materials aside. So this card here is A2 size, so it is 8.5 by 5.5 folded at 4 1/4. So it'll be all scored and ready for you to go. So all you want to do is just fold your card and then just use your bone folder to just give that a nice crease. So you're going to have a piece of berry burst in here. This here is measured 5.5 by 2.5. So what you're going to need to complete these cards is you're going to need the set Sure Do Love You. It's brand new. It's in the Occasions catalog. You also will need the Lots of Love Framelit kit. This is a really neat kit. You can make a box out of here, and it's got all the different framelits in here. So what I do with mine is, I know I've showed you guys this before, I buy at Home Depot. They have the vent covers. I think you get like 3 or 4 for $5 or $6. And then I just cut them down to size, and I put them in with the coordinating stamp set so I know where they are. In this stamp set, there's like a little fern type leaf in here. We're going to get that out, and we're going to stamp all over this with this leaf. And we're going to use Versamark ink. So I'm just going to stamp this randomly all over this paper. So once we have this all stamped, you're going to take and you'll have a little bag with all kinds of embellishments and ribbon and stuff in there. So in there is going to be a piece of the silver 1/8 ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Look at that ribbon. So we're going to take that and we're just going to put that on the center of this. So what I like to do is flip over your piece of cardstock. I'm going to take some fast fuse and just put a piece on the edge. And then what you'll do is you'll just kind of take your ribbon, stick it to one of these, wrap it around, and then stick it to the other side. So really easy to do. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your Fresh Fig card base, and we're going to glue this to the front. I'm using fast fuse. You can use snail adhesive, whatever you have on hand. And then you're going to kind of just center this on the front of the card. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take the stamps out of here, Sure Do Love You, the banner. And you're going to have a piece of Very Vanilla banner in here. So it's obviously easier to stamp this image first and then use your die cut here on the banner and cut around it. But being that this is the card club, you're going to get this banner piece. So I found the best way to do it was find the right way it goes on your stamp, and then take your berry burst, ink up your stamp. And then I found that if you take it and lie it on top and then press down, you're going to get a better result. Than trying to eyeball it this way. So once you have it stamped, then we're going to pop it up with some pop-up dots on the front of this. I'm just going to put about 4 pop-up dots here on the back of this. Once you have that popped up, then you're going to find also in all of your accessories are going to be 6 foil hearts. So I just used the hearts in here and just cut them right out of the foil sheets. So what you're going to do is just take your fast fuse or your snail adhesive. I like to use, because it's the foil and it's a little heavier, I like to use the fast fuse just to guarantee it will hold really well. So I just kind of placed them randomly on this card. So that's the first card. Super cute, super easy to do. So now we're going to move on to our next card. This is the material you're going to need for the next card. So this here is your card base. This is Tempting Turquoise. It's an A2 card size. So again, it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then you're going to get a piece of the Petal Passion Designer Series paper. This is new in the Occasions catalog. There's 2 sides to it. I like this side. You guys might want this side, whatever side you choose. We're also going to get a piece of Lemon Lime Twist cardstock. This here is cut at 4 by 3. So what I did was I just layered the 2 together on top of each other, and then I used the largest heart die and just cut through both of them with the Big Shot. So what we're going to do here is, the first thing you want to do is just fold your card base. And again, take your bone folder to give it that nice crease. And then I'm going to take some fast fuse, and I'm just going to glue this on top of your Designer Series paper. So you just kind of line them up and glue them right on top of each other here, just like so. What we're going to use is some gold embossing powder and our Versamark. So we're going to do our stamping. Now, you're going to take your heart out of here with the design, and we're going to stamp that right around the edge here with Versamark. Now, if you have your Stamping Buddy, I recommend using that and just giving your card a wipe so you get rid of that static. So with the larger stamps, I like to take the ink and put them on top instead of taking the stamp. It just makes it less messy that way. Then you're not going to get it on your block. Then you're just going to line this up around the outside edge of these hearts. Then we're just going to put some embossing powder over the top of that. And I always take a scrap piece of paper or your paper that you have below. I like to do a scrap piece of paper because then I can fold it and then the powder will go right in the crease. Then I always give it a couple of flicks on the back, and that seems to get a lot of the excess powder off. You're just going to heat this, but we're also going to do our other set of stamping so we can heat them together. The next stamp we're going to use is the Be Mine. You can use any of them, but I'm going to use Be Mine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to set this on top just to see where it's going to fall. And then I'm going to use my Versamark ink. And I'm going to stamp this right in the center. So I did not use the embossing buddy. I forgot to use that. So don't you guys forget to use that before you put this down. Then I'm just going to take my gold emboss powder Then I'm just gonna give it a flick and get most of it off. And then sometimes you'll see that it's not all off. So you can just take a paintbrush and just kind of brush off the spots that didn't come off. Sometimes when you stamp down, the edge of the stamp ends up stamping. So then you're just going to take your heating tool and just heat those up. Once they are embossed, the last step, you can skip this step. I like it. I think it adds a little bit more definition to the front. I just took the Lemon Lime Twist ink, and then I just took the edges of my Petal Passion paper here and just kind of rubbed it along the side just to make a little bit of some ink there, just to give it a little bit more depth. So I like to do this on a lot of my projects. I just think it adds a lot by doing just this little bit. So it'll just be a little bit on both edges there. And then to finish it off, you just take your Fast Fuse or your snail adhesive, whichever you prefer. So then what you do is you just go ahead and you just line up your designer series paper to the front of the card. And that's it. That's your second card. So I do have another project to share with you guys, but that's only for you that have qualified for my card club. So you will use these items in it, plus you'll get to make one of the boxes. So it's a pretty fun little project. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.